Welcome, everybody. TNN Motorsports. We're in Barre, Vermont. This is the track they call Thunder Road, the Speedbowl. And Katie, this is probably the most unique racetrack I have ever been to. Very unusual. In fact, this is turn 4, and folks, they call it the Widowmaker.
Now, why do they call it the Widowmaker, Steve?
Because it is scary. The guys come up wicked fast, as we said, and this wall comes up on them in a hurry, and they got to turn that baby left.
Well, we're gonna watch them turn. Now, I'll tell you what, this is an incredible setting. We're gonna really show off this track. It's a beautiful place to be. We got the Green Mountains are very close by. We'll try to give you all the setting and soaking all the beauty of this place. But there are some things you ought to know about some of these drivers out here. In fact, who are the hot ones? You may not be familiar with them. That's why we've come up with this piece called In the Groove. Thunder Road's favorite son, Dave Dion, sits in the 3rd position in the Busch North Point standings. He comes into a track he has raced for many years, hoping to get his 3rd win of the season. Number 55, Brad Layton, also knows Thunder Road well. Hollywood, as he is called, was the 1995 ACT champion at this track. With 2 wins and 7 top 10s, he's looking to make some noise tonight. Points leader Mike Stefanik has been in the groove all season. He has yet to win, but with 9 top 5s and 13 starts, Stefanik seems poised to break through at Thunder Road tonight.
And folks, we may see this caution light lit up tonight. As Katie and I said a moment ago, tough racetrack. Every corner has its own nickname, and we'll tell you about that. Now, this racetrack, nothing fancy. This is just good old grassroots racing. This track has a personality.
Let me tell the story. I can tell it all about the country boy who ran legal alcohol. Daddy made the whiskey, and his son, he drove the load. The highway they traveled was known as Thunder Road.
The action has been fast and furious at Thunder Road since 1960. The town, the track, the fans, and the racers are blue-collar, tough, and independent. The fans, yeah, they get their money's worth every time they buy a ticket. The man who has been the backbone of this quarter-mile speed bowl for nearly 4 decades is Ken Squire.
Short tracks are the bedrock of American stock car racing. There's some 400 of them. Each and every one is supported by a group of fans who come out every week. There's no municipal bonds, there's no civic bonds, there's none of that. Just an organizer who pays the purse, pays his taxes, and tries to keep it running. And it is from this atmosphere, from this environment, all over the United States that we get those superstars.
Ken Squire helped bring stock car racing to prominence when he convinced CBS to televise the Daytona 500 live flag to flag in 1979.
Here they come. Waltrip trying to slingshot. Petty is out in front at the line. Waltrip to the inside. Petty wins it.
As influential as Ken Squire has been to the explosive growth of motorsports, his heart remains loyal to his native Vermont and Thunder Road.
Ken not only has done all the things in television and moving the big forces of NASCAR, Winston Cup, and all of that along, but his efforts in keeping short track America going. I mean, he's such a strong believer in that, and of course promoting the tracks up in Vermont and helping others along the way too. I think that's where his heart still is, and that's good because he knows that that is the roots of automobile racing, and it's a must that we keep those things going, and he's been a major force in that area.
It's not only a schooling, a learning ground, but more important, for these people that come out and support short track racing, it's a chance to have local heroes, real folks they know who are important and are important to them.
Everybody should buy one.
And Katie, there's no doubt Ken has had a huge impact on stock car racing and motorsports, but there's a little known fact that you folks at home may not know about.
Yeah, this is a big secret. I mean, I read his lengthy bio. On and on it went about everything he's won, the stuff he's done, the career, but it never once mentioned his own brief racing career. You got any insight on that, Ken? You want to fill us in?
You're referring to when I left my teeth at the Northeastern Speedway?
That's it.
In St. Johnsbury, Vermont. I figured Burns was going to get to that. I just knew he couldn't be trusted. Hey, welcome aboard. Welcome to the nation's side of excitement. high atop Quarry Hill here in the Green Mountains of Vermont. Thunder Road ready to rumble, ready to ramble with the 26 Busch Grand National North cars tonight. Buddy Baker's here with me, and Baker, you've had 4 days of Vermont. What do you think of all this?
Well, I tell you what, it's wonderful around here, and the race fans, they're second to none. This is going to be a great show. You guys are in for a treat tonight. I can't wait till we get started.
Time trials were incredible. Less than a quarter of a second over the top 20. Consolation race 2 more, 4 provisionals, 26 starters. Dave Dion was the quickest of them all, and Kip Stockwell in a brand new ride. He's a local star here in northern New England. He's got the outside of the front row by time trial. But then they invert him, buddy. They draw for position. So as it comes out, Stockwell's going to be starting 3rd and drawing 8th among those top 8. It's the old sprint car thing. That's going to be Dynamite Dave. And Stub Fadden, the racing great-grandfather, who started his career here, I don't want to tell you how many years ago, he's up in the front row.
You know, that's the wonderful part. I've often wondered why they put the fastest car in front, make him earn his spot. Tonight he has to come from 8th spot. Dave Dion, a great short track driver, but he's going to have to earn it if he's going to win here tonight.
It is going to be a barn burner, high bank quarter mile. Well, there's other stories that are happening, of course. Indianapolis, the Brickyard 400. Let's go up there right now and check in with Matt Yoakum.
Ken, you might think Ernie Irvin's real last name is Andretti with all of the bad luck he's had here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Twice he's had victory pulled out from underneath him, including last year when he finished 2nd to teammate Dale Jarrett. But on his mind this week is his mom, Jo. On Wednesday, she lay in a coma in a Charlotte hospital. Yesterday, he put all of that out of his mind and went out and turned in a stellar lap over 176 miles an hour to score his first Brickyard 400 pole.
I have my mind on that, plus I'm trying to find a job. So there's been a lot of stuff going on in Ernie Irvin's life, but I guess when the tough gets going, you know, that's what, you know, you start having to deal with it and, you know, make it.
A host of surprises sit in the top 10. Joe Nemechek keeps his qualifying streak rolling, notching his 4th front row start in 6 races.
Got to live up to my nickname today. I'm just glad I did that. Wish I was one better. It meant $100,000 more, but congratulations to Ernie. He beat me today. I've knocked him off too, so I guess it's his turn to get one this year.
It's tough to go here, 1 lap qualifying, hot, things change, but you know, I was glad to get in a run like that, get a good starting spot this year. Now we can kind of run the race that we want to run instead of having to, you know, try something. You know, when you start 24th as we did last year, it makes things a little more difficult.
Of all the cars that had gone, we said, you know, maybe we could beat 7 or 8 of them. We didn't think we'd be in the top 10. We thought if we could make, our goal today was to make top 25.
The always potent Hendrick Armada and a host of other contenders will fight for victory from outside of the top 20. In the news, amid pomp and circumstance on Wednesday night, the Ford Motor Company debuted their new mount for 1998, the sleek and aerodynamic Taurus. Earlier today, Robert Yates Racing made official their driver lineup for next season. Kenny Irwin Jr. will replace Ernie Irvin in the black 28. And former Winston Cup campaigner Todd Bodine made it official today. He's returning to Winston Cup next season with Tabasco as a sponsor. It's a 3-year deal. No official word yet on his replacement at Team 34, but a lot of speculation has Busch North star Andy Santerre in the ride next season. Now let's return to that other tradition-filled motorsports facility in the Northeast, high atop Quarry Hill at Thunder Road. Katie?
All right, Matt, thanks a lot. A little update on Ernie Irvin's mom, Jo, who, of course, went into the hospital Monday for ulcer surgery. Actually, complications developed. She went into a coma, but I will tell you that her condition is stable and much improved. So we're looking for a complete recovery for Jo.
Yeah, and that's good news. Well, we're about to cut him loose here at Thunder Road. When we come back, we're going to meet the guy strapped into this car, Dave Dion. We'll be right back from Thunder Road in Vermont. Welcome back, everybody. They've just cranked the motors here at Thunder Road. You know, there's a huge crowd here, and one of the fan favorites is Dave Dion, strapped in right behind me. The fans here love it.
Defending Busch Grand National North champion Dave Dion has been referred to as a racer's racer, a legend in his own time, and an ambassador of auto racing. That's quite an impressive resume for someone that is not widely known in the world of motorsports. But become more familiar with the veteran driver and you'll realize everything they say is true.
We're not just another series. We're a very proud series. We're made up of hard-working people. We've got the most dedicated fans, I think, in the country.
Dion is a 30-year veteran of Northern racing and finally broke through last year for his first Busch Grand National North Championship with 2 wins, 10 top 5s, and 12 top 10s.
I think all along that was my motivation to prove how good the people were behind me, and I think they stepped up and did that.
But Dion is a traditionalist, also seeing things from the engineering point of view.
Winning a championship was obviously great because it meant so much to my team and my family, but as a driver and the engine builder, I think winning at Loudon this year, a track that's kind of been, we've qualified there, we own the track record, we've never been very successful, and we finally won. We had the horsepower, we had the luck, we had the handling, and we did everything right. So as of late, that's my greatest moment, is winning that race at NHIS.
Dion did try his hat in Winston Cup in the late 70s and early 80s, but now isn't motivated to make that jump again. He plans on racing in Busch Grand National North until he retires and feels that it's the older drivers who are the ones that keep the series going.
We're an older team, and to remain competitive for all these years and be a threat to win a championship and a race, I think that's enough motivation to keep me happy.
Well, it ought to be. Dave just told me he's going to come down to the Wild Horse and Dance soon. We'll see how he two-steps on the racetrack next. See ya.
The Jiffy Lube 150, brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen at Miller time.
Steve Burns, look at the crowd. They're waving, they're going wild, and we're about ready to go racing here.
150 laps. Let's go upstairs to Kent Squire and Buddy Baker.
Starting lineup is going to look like this for this Jiffy Lube 150. It'll be Glenn Brio on the pole with Stub Fadden. Second row is Kip Stockwell and Andy Santerre. In row 3, it's Pete Rondo from Maine, Dennis Demers. Row 4 is Jamie Omi and Dynamite David Dion. Row 5, Mike Olson and Mike Stefanik. In row 6, Brad Layton and Jerry Marquis. Row 7 is Kelly Moore and Brad Bennett. For row 8, it's Tracy Gordon and John Barber. In row 9, you have Barney McRae and Bobby Dragon ready to ramble. Then getting back into row 10, Tommy Bowles is there with Dennis Dole. The consolation winners were Lou Redemeyer and Franklin Butler. The provisional starters, row 12, is Brian Wall and Eric Bodine from Chemung, New York. And out back, it's going to be Herb Drug and Tom Carey. 42 attempted to qualify, 26 ready to start on the High Bank quarter mile. In-car cameras, Dynamite David Dion has one. He's won a lot of races on this track, including the vaunted Milk Bowl in September. There's Dave Dion in the Berlin City Ford, ready to roll.
Ken, we're getting down to it now. 1 to go. Andy Santerre is also, he has the camera on board. You can see us looking out the front of his car.
This is the guy you're so hot on.
Oh, yeah, I think he has a great future, not only here, but in Winston Cup racing later on.
Just about getting down to a start. Safety crews are in their positions. It's a quarter mile. And the highest part of this high bank is right here at the apex. So when you need the support coming off the corner like at a Charlotte or a Daytona, it ain't there.
Well, they got some unique corners there, no doubt about it, but it's great racing, side-by-side racing.
Ooh, Brad Layton pulled in for a moment. They're getting ready to start, getting ready to roll. They're coming down through 3, headed for the Widowmaker. Glenn Brio brings them down from Worcester, Mass. And they're racing at the road. Brio jumps out quickly in front. Stub Fadden, the racing great-grandfather from North Haverhill, New Hampshire, who ran his first race here back in the 60s, cuts into second, but coming right up on the outside comes the 44 of Andy Santerre. Quarter mile, and it's fun out there.
Well, you're riding with Santerre down the back straightaway there, the 44, the yellow car. You can see right now they're side by side for second place. Stub Fadden fighting very hard on the inside.
Santerre gives it the rim ride. Tries to move through on the outside. The front straightaway a lot narrower than that backstretch by about 10 feet. Here they are in turn one. Santerre up on the bank. And down to the inside moves the big surprise. This is young Kip Stockwell. Look at Dave Dion from 8th position. And of course, this guy won like 30 features on this race. And he loves the outside. This is definitely a 2-lane track.
You see Kip Stockwell there in the blue car. That's an Oldsmobile, folks, moving up into second place. On the outside of Stub Patton, you're looking back at Dave Dion as we head down in the corner. Dave getting great track position.
Brio, look at that lead he's drawing out to. And as you look further back through the field, here's that 16 as you look out on the outside. Stockwell gets with a wiggle and a wag. Got one sliding, landing in the infield is the number 59, and getting back underway is Lou Redemeyer. Redemeyer, who came in from the consolation round.
Ken, just that one little mistake. He went a lap down there, just sliding like that. Look at Dave Dion fight on the outside of Stub Patton to take that spot away.
This is what the crowd came to see. Over 10,000 here tonight. They love to watch Dion on the high banks. He floats the car up to the outside, right where there is nothing to hold you. He just seems to have an angel reach out and touch him every time down through. Looking back, there's Patton right behind him.
Well, this is the part of the race where the tires are starting to get a little bit worn, a little bit hot, losing a little bit of traction, and the contact will pick up from here on.
Now, the pits, of course, are outside this track, so if you have to pit, you're in big trouble, although it's about a 20-mile speed behind that Chevrolet pace car. Down to the inside, look at the 25 trying to scoot his way through. That's from Andy Santerre's bumper cam, giving you that great shot of Jamie Obie in that Pontiac leaning on the bottom. Andy Santerre continuing to make his way.
Whoa, we have a spin down in turn 2.
That's the number 6. I don't think that's going to bring anything out. He landed safely. That's a nice thing about a high bank track like this. They get to the inside. It's got to be pretty serious to bring it to a stop.
As you can see, that's Brad Bennett there. Robbie Crouch used to drive that car, but he's taking his spot now. You can see right now Bennett in a lot of trouble, losing many valuable spots.
The Tampa Tornado Crouch gave up that ride at New Hampshire, or was released. I don't know what that story is. You hear both stories. Here's the 05 continuing out in front. This is the best that Glenn Brio of Worcester, Mass. has ever done, but he's beginning to feel some heat. Here comes one of the Stockwells in second spot, and Dion third. The leader, Glenn Brio, has just tapped the wall. Brio in the 05 has just tapped the wall on the main straightaway. Watch this.
Hard into the outside wall. Brio really gets some damage there. He's trailing smoke out there and fixing to give up the lead, it looks like.
Well, here, and he's sideways. He's around in front. Dion just getting through. Stockwell made the move on the inside. Dion came with him. That brings out the first caution at lap number 26.
Ken, it looked like the right rear is flat on that car there. When he hit the wall, apparently it did some damage to the tire. You can see it flat there. Tough break.
So a guy running for that Rebustus Rookie of the Year honor, Glenn Brio, in trouble. Stockwell catching him, and here's what happened.
Well, you can see him right there. The right rear just blows out. You can see the sparks off the right rear. Around he comes. Look how close Dave Dion come to collecting him there.
Dion stays in second, and what a shootout between the guys that were the fastest in qualifying. Action on the high banks in turn 3 of Thunder Road. Glenn Brio, rookie, in trouble, ready to pit. That'll discount his chances tonight at the site of excitement. We're in the heart of the Green Mountains, Barre, Vermont. It's called the granite capital of the world. This is where the Green Mountain boys get that granite from. They say they've created their own Grand Canyon. And the racing is as tough as the rock. Getting ready to go green with 29 laps complete with Buddy Baker. I'm Ken Squire. Katie Haas, Steve Burns here at the site of excitement. the Busch Grand National North, strutting their stuff for the first time on TNN, and you have Stockwell leading the group as they come down. Young Kip Stockwell, a Vermont boy, and Dave Dion from Hudson, New Hampshire, right flanking him as they go into turn 1. Stub Patton out of New Hampshire on the outside of row 2, and Andy Santerre, number 44, on the inside of that second row.
Fans, you gotta love this side-by-side restarts, not just single file when they start back. These guys go racing. Dave Dion fighting on the outside as we fall back through it. Watch all these guys. Look at Dion trying to make a move into the lead.
And watch Dion on the outside, his favorite spot, down out of the Widowmaker. We got number 5, McRae, in trouble. He eases up on the inside, spun that rig, kept it going. No caution out. Stockwell stays in the lead. Dion challenging, counters on the outside. Just behind him, Andy Santerre right there. Another look at what happened here. And Barney McRae gets all the way around, keeps on trucking.
Good 360, no harm, no foul. Everybody back in single file. Just for a second, you see Stub Patton getting on the inside of Santerre, taking that spot away.
Took it away from him in the backstretch.
Oh, we have one up against the wall,
One
coming
in
out
the
turn
wall.
4.
Caution coming out as they come down out of 4. We've got one spun and flat against the concrete.
Wow, the Widowmaker scratches another.
Here you go. The 05 got collected that time, and that's Glenn Brio around again. Gets it set on the pole and led. And look at that, another right rear down. He's got something rubbing, and it's costing him. Second caution is out, and that's the second time for Brio, and again, it's the right rear that's lost a shoe.
Okay, you'll watch him come off the corner here. You can see the tire lets go way back up the way there. Left front comes around, gets into the Widowmaker there. Hard lick on the left front.
Underway, we'll take a quick break and be back with more from Thunder Road. .43 laps complete, a couple run under green. Stockwell jumped right back out in front. Kip Stockwell in the lead with Dion in second. Andy Santerre in third. Patton is in fourth. And currently riding fifth is Jamie Obey.
Yeah, but look back here at the 51 and the Brad Layton car. They are going at it back here. They are running into each other, sliding into each other. Great action back in the pack.
That's back in the 10th and 11th position as they continue to slug it out back there, side by side. This narrow main straightaway. Almost getting collected. Up
close and personal, folks. Bobby Dragon there in the 7, the green car on the outside.
Many-time winner here at the Road. Steve Burns is with the guy that set it up for the beginning of this race.
Ken, Glenn Brio has been in twice. At first, they just thought it was the right rear, but now they're having overheating problems, and they have broken a brake rotor on the left front. So tough night for Glenn Brio.
Jerry Marquis just spun. Remember, he's one of those leading contenders in the NASCAR North point battle with Mike Stefanik, about 6 points apart coming into this one.
Yeah, he's a multi-winner this year, but you can see right now he's trying to figure out why he's spun. The car seems to be off just a little bit. Marquis in the 15 when he come back on the racetrack. He's about to go a lap down to Stockwell.
And to Dave Dion. The Hudson, New Hampshire native. Stockwell, you're looking from Dion down into turn number 1 as he chases the youngster who won 35-lap main event of this track just a couple of Thursday nights ago.
Ken, I just noticed something on Dave Dion's car. When they started down the straightaway, there was moisture on the windshield. I don't know what in the world's going on, but it looked like somebody's losing a little bit of fluid out of their cars.
Think it's Stockwell? Look at Santerre peeling to the inside in third, the number 44, trying to move under Stefanik. Stefanik giving a bit of room here and lets him come up out of the hole. Gets that run down there and just noses beneath him. So now Stefanik has been lapped by 3 of the 26 starters. And Steve Burns can add to that Stefanik story.
Ken, Mike Stefanik has a bad push in the number 51. Now, he's the points leader for the Busch Grand National North Series, but amazingly enough, he has never raced here at Thunder Road.
Up to 5th, there you see that number 51, Mike Stefanik, having a very good run at the present time. 15, Jerry Marquis. Did I say Stefanik? If I did, wrong. Marquis is in the 15, and he's the one that went down, and he's the guy that is the point leader.
That Kip Stockwell, though, is running so very well in the 96 there, and he's holding off one of the best short track drivers in the United States there. Dave Dion is no slouch on this type of racetrack. I'm very impressed with Kip Stockwell.
Jerry Marquis was the one who looped himself in trouble, got it back together, and kept on coming. Now look at this 74 and 86 slugging it out.
That's Tracy Gordon in the 74 there.
And that's Dennis Demers, who's a local driver. Green Mountain boy right there in that white-red numeral car.
Watch this Brad Layton. He does not wait very long. He's the bump and run expert in this group.
Got the 01 showing some smoke as it comes by. It doesn't look too good. And I think he's going to give that one a
Brad Layton, let's say it. Hello there. Now, Mike Stefanik is real smart in the 51, the third car in the frame there. He'll wait on Brad Layton to move the 86 out of the way.
Stefanik in the 51, a really good driver. He had some comments about Thunder Road running on this short track. Now, ooh, take a look at that 86.
That's Dennis Demers there.
Dennis Demers getting it sideways for a moment, and Brad Layton, who's won on this track, trying to get underneath him. Some good racing. Stefanik, who grew out of the modified ranks, out of the Stafford Springs Speedway, some of those other New England tracks. Watch him trying to make his move, and look at Layton in the 55. He climbs up inside of Demers. Demers sideways out at 2.
Whoa, a little
Bang.
contact there as they started off the corner. You see the 51 of Stefanik coming on the inside there. Just behind him, Tom Bowles in the 76. Boy, what a race back here.
They've completed 65 laps. Stockwell holding the lead. Dion still in second. Santerre in third, and they are in heavy traffic. Moving up is Bobby Dragon on those leaders all the time in the number 7. Bobby Dragon rim riding on the outside, closes up on the number 90. Tries to put him, Herb Drug, lap down. Got him.
You see Dion there trying to get that outside groove. Here comes Bobby Dragon in the 7 car on the outside.
Look out for Kelly Moore, too. Kelly's beginning to get loose, and he is beginning to make a run. Fadden has slipped back a little in the field. Stockwell still the surprise in the 16, holding the lead with Dion in second. And the 96 and the 29 just were getting a little cozy there, rubbing elbows the last time by. 70 complete of 150 this time. There's Demers. Or rather, there is Santerre in third and hanging right in there, just waiting on these 2 leaders.
Whoa, a little bit loose. Stockwell gets sideways. Coming off corner, we have Tom Bowles spinning off the front straightaway.
And it's still wide open. Let's see. There's the 29. Thought maybe he might catch the 96 lifting a little for that dust. Not to be. Caution's down. Yellow's down for the second time of the race. Comes at lap 71 with Stockwell in the lead. Dion in second. Take a look at what happened to the Tom Bowles car just a moment ago. Whoa! Got run over the top of the guy. We'll take a break and be back with more at Thunder Road. Jiffy Lube, 150, Stockwell, Dion, Santerre, Dragon, Fadden, Obi, telling the story. Coming to halfway at Thunder Road in Barre, Vermont. Friday night, usually a Thursday night operation. And here you see the number 86. And let's take a look in real time at what happened out here to Dennis Demers.
Demers, you can see right there, Tom Bowles climbs right up. Look how close the, wow, there was a car just behind them. It almost took both of them across the hill there.
Tom Bowles and Demers, and look what happened to Demers. Hey, I want to remind you, you can experience country.com, your personal source for all things country, from race cars to country stars. Connect to country.com. You're connected to Thunder Road right now at the site of excitement. It's for the lead, side by side. Stockwell and Dion into turn number 1. off the launching pad, still even across. Andy Santerre on the inside, but look out for Bobby Dragon. He's back in that number 7, and he is rambling on the outside. Main straightaway. Even across.
18-degree bank turns here. You can see the outside is just as good as the inside. Dion's putting a lot of pressure right there on Stockwell. As they go down into the corner, you can see the outside is just as quick.
5th is Stockwell, and running 6th is Jamie Obey. In 7th is Kelly Moore. Look at this battle for the lead. This is it, Andy. Whoa, Dion hanging right in there.
And Bobby Dragon has moved into 3rd in the 7 car there.
Bobby Dragon looking like the dragon of old at the site of excitement. He won so many races back in the 70s and 80s on this track. His first time back in over a decade. And he gives the Quint Beauvert car a beautiful ride. That number 7 car tasted victory on this track with Chuck Bound from Portland, Oregon, driving it for a couple of seasons up here in New England. Now look at Dion, look to the inside, back straightaway into turn 3.
Look at Dion, he's trying to get under. You can see Stockwell, he's just fighting right back in the 96. Here comes Bobby Dragon, trouble on the racetrack.
Got trouble up in turn 3. The 42 went around. That was Tom Carey. Let's see who else is involved in that. There's one on the outside. There's the 59. And as we get Lou Redemeyer righted, we have another caution on the track. This comes at lap 83. It is the 3rd of the event. So we'll be back to more of the excitement at the site of excitement after these messages. Four cautions for 18 laps, just ready to go back under green at lap 87. Kip Stockwell on the inside, deployed on the outside, flanking him. Here comes Dion. Let's see if Dion can get that jump. Beautiful start by Stockwell, and now Bobby Dragon down on the inside. He begins to unlimber the number 7. He works inside of Dion. He may get him. Andy Santerre in the 44. He's on the bottom as well. Look at these shots from Santerre as they come off the banking down the main straightaway. Santerre looking for any kind of distance. Dion willing to hang it out all night on the outside. The number 29. Berlin City Ford giving us those great pictures. And Andy Santerre.
A little contact there.
Take a look at that one. Right back at you. Full contact racing here tonight.
You can see Bobby Dragon slipping just a little bit, getting into Dave Dion. Dion fighting back. Boy, they're bouncing off each other in every corner.
They're knocking each other in every straightaway, and again in the corner. Look at Dragon on the inside up to 2nd. He wants to go after Stockwell. One of the Racing Dragon family of Vermont into 2nd place. Steve Bowles is out of it. Steve Burns is with him.
Yep, Ken, Tom Bowles in the garage here. He's 5th in the points. This is a heartbreaker. Tom, what put you out?
Yeah, it's just a short track race and things are tight. And, you know, we were running pretty good. We got turned around, came in and made some changes. We were coming back up, and somebody in the pack got turned around. Tried to check up and slow down, but somebody right on my butt just drove me right into the mess and tore up the right front suspension. This is the worst, you know, night we've had here, so far this year. So we'll just fix this, see if we can get out there and do something, collect a few points and head home.
Boy.
Ken, short night, Ken.
Yeah, and look at 51 beginning to throw off some sparks out there. Mike Stefanik.
Whoa, Dave Dion there was off just a pace there. He looked like he was just about to spin out. He got her back straight, back under full steam again.
95 laps are now complete. He's got to do some making up here.
You know, we were watching Mike Stefanik just a little while ago. He's trailing a little bit of sparks under the car. He's your current point leader, so hopefully it's not a big problem.
Well, what a revolting development that was for Dave Dion. Thought he was there, and for just a second, it slipped up. And now he's got 3 car lengths to make up on 2nd place. Dion and Santerre after him. Stuff Patton stays a stout 5th. We've got 2 spinning and crashing hard. Up in the corner and one hard into the wall on the outside of turn 3. Straight off the top and into the wall. There's Kelly Moore's number 47 being righted. He was in 7th position in the Tic-Tac car, and a hard contact into the wall off turns 3 and 4. Right up over the top, and they put the red flag out, and they have brought everyone to a halt at lap number 98. As you look here at number 15, head on into the Barre. A hard, you can see him, he's taking off the steering wheel. I guess he's okay. Let's see if we can see what happened here.
See, Kelly Moore gets hit in the back there, the 74 car. As Tracy Gordon gets into the back of him, 35 comes along, makes contact there.
And trying to avoid all of this, the 15 went right off the top and head on into the wall.
That's Mike Olson there in the 61. He was also involved.
Tried to get it locked up and slowed down, but not a chance. Airborne. And into the barrier goes the number 15. End of the night for Jerry Marquis. He is waving. He is all right. Hard slam. Okay. Crowd up and applauding that he is all right. Red flag at lap number 99 as Jerry Marquis rides down a hard one. Turns 3 and 4, buddy. In a red flag condition here at Thunder Road in Barre, Vermont, the Jiffy Lube 150 at lap number 98. The ski-do, ski-don't. A hard ride into the wall off turn 3, trying to avoid an incident there is really going to hurt the point effort that has been made in the last several races by Marquis. There you see the safety crews up there. We saw him walk away from the vehicle after it crashed into that wall.
Well, Ken, we just got a message from NASCAR. Tracy Gordon's going to be assessed a stop-and-go penalty, and he was running in 8th place, so that's going to be very costly to him.
Let's take a look at the incident again, buddy. Kelly Moore in the 47, tagged by the 74.
Tracy Gordon gets into him. You can see Brad Layton going on the inside there. Boy, Stefanik just did make it by there.
Second time he's ducked the bullet tonight. Upper right, you can see that car just floating off the top. And that was the end of Jerry Marquis' effort. The pot really boiling. There's the impact, and it was hard. He was out of the throttle. Front end was in the air as he went into that wall about 80 feet back. Little room to correct, but you can't do much correction when you haven't got any tires in the front end on the ground. So we have a red flag, and we've still got this great fight up in front. Stockwell has been showing the way. Oh, that's a hard hit. Bad, tough night for Marquis in that 15.
Ken, I've just got a report from Stefanik's crew. They have a Panhard bar or a shock bracket that is broken on that car, so they're going to have to work on it. That's what we were looking at while it was dragging a while ago.
Here's Steve Burns with more.
And Ken, with Larry Layton, Kelly Moore's crew chief, the 1995 champion. What has Kelly told you? How badly is it torn up?
Well, it's not hurt too bad, you know. He said the bumper cover's got a rip in it, and the spotter says the right rear corner's pushed in a little bit, so we're going to bring it in. The car's a little tight, you know, so we're going to make an adjustment and patch him up and send him back out.
And Ken, if Layton sounds familiar, he's Brad Layton's cousin.
Everybody's related in New England. And we've got a story developing on the number 86. That's Dennis Demers. Katie can tell us more.
Well, Ken, Dennis Demers, actually car number 86, running for Rookie of the Year this year, and the man is pushing 50 years old now. Related story, Stubb Fadden, car number 16, started on the outside pole tonight. He won his first race here in 1962. He was born in, what, 1933? Must say something about some healthy living up here.
Oh,
Ken.
come on now. He's only about 40. There you see some living. That's Stubb Fadden's number 16. Let's call him the racing grandfather, and he said, no, that's wrong. I'm a great-grandfather now. I'm proud of it. Jerry Marquis, number 15, Ski-Doo Chevy. winner of 3 races this year, is not going to win number 4 after a hard lick at the road. And welcome back on TNN to Vermont, Thunder Road, High Bank quarter mile. Not very far away, you can find one of those covered bridges you hear about up in New England. And you can always find, when you come to Vermont, some of that great maple syrup. Those Percy boys, they really produce good stuff. And back at Thunder Road, we're getting reset to go again. Cars are moving. They now have completed 103 laps. We sent Buddy Baker out to find out what he could learn about racing in Vermont. And this is what he discovered.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you what, they haven't brought my ice cream yet. You know, no, just one. Not even a taste.
No, it's fine.
Well, I'll have to wait till they bring my little cone out here then. Well, thank you very much. I see my little ice cream cones got here. Whoa! Eat your heart out, people at Thunder Road. Oh, is that neat, huh?
One of the great products of the Green Mountains, a little ice cream with bacon.
I didn't know how obscene that thing looked. Oh.
Hey, check out NASCAR online before, during, and after the race at www.nascar.com. It's your 24-hour NASCAR Garage Pass. Race into the all-new and official store of NASCAR, too. Visit NASCAR Thunder. NASCAR Thunder now open in cities everywhere. For locations and information, visit that website at www.country.com. NASCAR Thunder, the official store of NASCAR. Jerry Marquis took a hard lick. He's able to talk about it with Steve Burns.
Kent, Jerry Marquis came here with 3 wins, second in the points, but he leaves with a torn-up race car, some bumps and bruises. Jerry, you okay? That was a tough lick.
Yeah, it sure was. The Ski-Doo GMC O'Connor Chevrolet Monte Lumina was doing pretty good tonight. We were just kind of biding our time there early, and we got spun, and then we had to come back from the back, and we lost the rear brakes on the car, so we just taking and riding around, and that incident came in turns 3 and 4, and we went airborne, and when we came down, we were right up against the wall. At that point, I had no control over the car. You know, just a shame. The car was running good, and hopefully we'll be able to come back next week and give them heck.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. We're going green.
Next week, they'll be at Watkins Glen, New York, this Busch Grand National Series on Saturday, ready to go green. And as they do, Kip Stockwell, the upstart, in front. And Bobby Dragon, the veteran, coming after him with Dave Dion falling back to third. Andy Santerre followed by Stub Fadden as they ramble down into turns 1 and 2 into the back straightaway. Get another lap on the board. 1:07 of 150 complete in the Jiffy Lube 150.
Boy, Kip Stockwell, he's showing everybody his back bumper tonight. What a great job. I mean, they put him on the pole. He stayed there all night long with a great amount of pressure.
Great picture from Dave Dion as he tries to scoot down on the inside of Bobby Dragon. Bobby Dragon's own son, Scott, won his first feature just a week ago. The whole family was excited, and there sure are a lot of dragons in this den up here in the Green Mountains. There's the story right now, that baby blue car with that kid that looks like he isn't old enough to drive. Kip Stockwell out in front. His father was Lenny the Tiger Stockwell, who won over 40 main events in this track. His mother's a big supporter of Kip. Family brought 2 cars in here. They intend to run the late model event as well. 05 is coming back in another time after giving it a go. That's Brio off the track. Meanwhile, for the lead, Stockwell there, lap traffic, Bobby Dragon. Fun to watch him. Deliberate, good racer.
For you people that were just listening, he is not lap traffic. Bobby Dragon is running very, very well right now in second place in the green car there. You see him going down into turn 3. The one thing they do have, they have the 74 car of Gordon, who had a stop and go penalty a while ago, just in front of him. This is Stockwell's biggest challenge right now, trying to maintain that lead position while he's got a car just in front of him fighting to stay in the lead lap.
Tracy Gordon's a good racer, and he does not want to get any further back after that stop-and-go penalty. Tracy Gordon out of Strong, Maine, who qualified in 15th among the 26 starters here. Dion giving you these pictures. Third-place car. Looks on the outside. Short track racing on the high bank quarter mile of Thunder Road. Here's Dion going to the outside.
Yeah, I guarantee you they're fighting it out right now. There's just a few laps to go. I mean, on this track, they're going around here so quick. Look at this for second place. Dave Dion making a move on Bobby Dragon.
Right down to the bottom of the racetrack goes Dion. He's trying to fight his way back into second. He was up challenging for the lead, made a bobble. It's cost him. He's trying to get a spot back, and he's doing it.
Oh, there goes Olsen in the 61 around up on the top side of turn 1.
Mike Olsen and another car in trouble, and yellow is down. That looks like the 90 has stuffed it. Herb Drug in big time. Lap 120. Herb Drug is able to start and go, but Mike Olsen, the grandson of that guy in number 16, the Napa car, see what happened to him, buddy.
You can see it looks like maybe he has a flat or something on the left rear there. You can see him going around. That looked like a one-car incident. He got this damage just a few minutes ago in another wreck.
He chewed it up on the wall, I believe. And there's Drug headed out for the tall timber.
Yeah, that's up in turn 3 there. That had nothing to do with Olsen's spin.
121 complete. Mike Olsen out of North Haverhill, New Hampshire, fore and aft, the Little Tree car. Headed back into the pit area. Coming with him is Brad Bennett's number 6. Up in front is the whole story. It has been Kip Stockwell, relative unknown in this division. Comes in here with a car that his dad has helped him prepare. And what a job he has done. Stays up in front with Dion in second. And that was the way they started. After just a couple of laps, they were right there banging on each other. Then Dion dropped back. He's ready to go after it. And this crowd, this is the kind of race they expected. This is the kind of race they wanted. And this is the kind of race they've got with local driver Kip Stockwell at the advantage. Dion about to try and take it away when we return. Under green and back with you. Stockwell still in front. Dion still trying to take it away, and Stub Fadden at 63 years of age has gone up to third. We've got one spinning, and guess who? It's the number 51, Mike Stefanik. Looks like he's torn up right front. Right rear has gone down. Put that Burnham boiler rig in trouble. Tries to get that Chevy righted. Just back with you. Fadden is the one that's making the big move. Take a look at what happened here. Caution flies for the 7th time at lap 129. It's for Stefanik. Couldn't see enough there to discern exactly what it was. But it's bad news for Mike Stefanik. And so the leaders in the points, Marquis and Stefanik, both in big trouble.
You can see Stefanik going in there to work on his car in the pits there. He had reported that he had a problem on the back of the car. A lot of damage to the front of that car, as you can see, too. Later on, when he was going in there, he had the front valence torn up. The 86 has got a tremendous amount of damage also there. That's Dennis Demers. He's got to get off the racetrack and go work on that. Maybe a while, too.
That's going to take him out of any hope of contention. But the story is right here on the point. There you have Kip Stockwell, the youngster, right here in central Vermont, races Thunder Road on a regular basis. A guy that used to do it every single week, that Berlin City Ford driver. Dave Dion in second spot. So you've got a relative newcomer against a KG veteran, but talk about KG veterans.
You've got Stub Fadden getting under Bob Dragon and moving back into third spot. Well, we see Stefanik coming back into Mears, back on the track with 131 complete. Hey, don't forget Opryland, official destination of NASCAR. For more information on Opryland, call 615-889-6611 Monday through Friday. That's 615-889-6611 Monday through Friday. We are under red for 5 minutes and 6 seconds after that hard crash that tore up Jerry Marquis' ski-doo rig badly. Stefanik, he's now in trouble and on the tail end of the field to work his way back through. Dion and Stockwell up in front, but the surprise is the 63-year-old driver of number 16, Stub Fadden, who told me this morning, hey, just to be here at Thunder Road once again, I don't even care if I qualify. I'd love to qualify, but I just want to be here and be part of this. And look what part he's in. Top 3. Dragon is in 4th. Lights off on the pace car as they get ready to turn it loose one more time. The 25 will have Jamie Obey in that Pontiac, and he was an old Thunder Road regular, and nobody how these guys that have run here some seem to be favored. That experience paying off, like Brad Layton coming up into 6 in the 55.
You know, you can't beat local knowledge. If you race at a place, you automatically know more about it than other people, and that is an advantage, as you can see tonight.
Andy Santerre is back there in 7th, and in 8th on the restart is Brian Wall. Fights for the lead. And we're in those last laps, so it's single file on those restarts. Fadden, just a bit of a bobble. 7 couldn't grab him, Dragon. Stockwell, unrelenting, holding on to that lead. Now, Dion has to really apply the pressure. 135 of 150 complete. Dion looks him over, comes down to the inside. Is there enough room? No, there is not. Off 2.
He's looking inside and outside. The one mistake, and we'll have a new leader here tonight.
Stockwell edging up a little each lap. That's all that Dion will need. If you can get the nose in, you can get the car through. Dave Dion giving us these great pictures. Ride with him around this quarter mile. Andy Santerre in that Monroe muffler car giving us some great pictures as well. Now you're looking back. Here's Fadden closing in the 16.
Stub Fadden, 64 years old, doing a great job in the blue car. You're looking back at him. That's your 3rd place car. Bobby Dragon, the green car, trying to make a move on him.
140, 10 to go. Look at Dragon coming down to the inside, trying to move Fadden. Now he switches and goes to the outside in 3. Nothing there. Jamie Obey has that Pontiac running back just behind these front 4 in 5th spot. The black number 25, and then it's Brad Layton in 6. And he kind of a break. Stockwell is pulling away. Imagine this. First time out in this car. Wow, some smoke. Did I see some smoke on the 96? I thought I saw some smoke roll out from underneath there, buddy.
Boy, you can't tell. As much as when they go through traffic, you can see the sheet metal a little rumpled on that car. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I do see some black oil on the back of that car right in the middle.
Dion holding on to him, and remember, that windshield a little earlier on Dion had some fluid. Throwing down fluid, you have to get caught in your own oil. 144 and 6 to go. Stockwell leaps out in front again by 2 car lengths.
I tell you what, he might be smoking, but he's flying too.
Kip Stockwell down to the final 5. Pulls away by 3 car lengths. Dion is being challenged by the blue number 16 of Stub Fadden. Laps running down. This is going to be an upset if Stockwell can hold on in the 96. Final moments. And a local driver may pull an upset here. 147, 148 this time. Some cars beginning to smolder here at the end, and 2 to go. Dragon looking to the outside. Stockwell holding on. Dion coming back.
Stockwell's looking at the 51 there. Stefanik is smoking, throwing fire back in his face, but he hadn't lifted. He's still in her.
White flag and 1 to go. Final lap. Dion to the inside. Stockwell fends him off. Wide ovals out of 2. Can he hold it one more time? Dion looks him over, looks to the inside, coming down to the line. It's going to be Stockwell, the winner. Stockwell defeats Dion and 63-year-old Stub Fett, who drove his very first race on this track more years ago than he cares to remember, has one of his greatest nights as he comes home in 3rd. Kip Stockwell has done it. We'll take a break and meet the winner in a moment. What a night for the Green Mountain State. The NASCAR Busch North Series comes here to Thunder Road, and one of their own in his first performance pulls the upset. Let's join Steve Burns.
Ken, like you said, what an upset. Now, I've got about an inch worth of notes here on my clipboard from the NASCAR Busch North Series, and Kip Stockwell is nowhere to be found, but I can find him in this race car. Kip, what a tremendous victory. The hometown fans went nuts.
Like, I don't know what to say. I'd just like to thank my mom and dad. This is for them. You know, they put their heart and soul out. The last 2 weeks or so, you know, we spent a ton of money on this car, and man, this is for them. I'd like to thank Steve Hibbert and all the people that helped me buy this car, and man, Randolph Auto Supply and all my guys. I didn't expect this, man. This is great. I don't know. This is a great win for my family and my sponsors and my crew members, and we won last week here at Thunder Road, and I'll tell you, this place is home, and I can't wait to race here again.
Well, folks, he held off a legend, Dave Dion. Hey, now let's check in with our legend, Katie Haas.
That's real funny, Steve. Actually, you know, there's some great stories out here, some wonderful stories about people who come out here to race. One of them, the Bobby Dragon family. He races, his son races, his dad races, his dog races, and there are a lot of fans here. Finished 4th tonight. Let's take a look a little bit closer in that Dragon family.
I started many years ago, and I enjoyed it, and I've had a lot of good success with it. I've had a lot of downfalls with it, but my brother, of course, saw that I was having fun. The whole family saw that we were having fun, so he got into it.
Well, actually, racing has continued in my family, and I think, to be truthful, it's an ego thing.
They may slightly disagree on how and why their family, the Dragon family, became a racing legend in New England, but they both agree that it's always been a competitive one.
Good friend of ours, my brother and mine, who was a big Chevy man, and my brother was running a Ford at the time. He felt he could build a Chevy that would beat my brother, and wanted to know if I was interested in driving it, and I said, sure, why not?
My wife used to hate to see my brother and I get together on the racetrack. It seems though every time there'd be a lineup, Bobby and I would be, you know, side by side or 1-2 or something like this, and it seems though there was always a confrontation where one of us would maybe end up over the bank or something because of the other one.
And the competition didn't stop between the generations either. Beaver's son Brent has vivid memories of their first father-son race together.
We touched and he spun, and I went on and finished second. And from that day on, I guess that was probably decided then that we were going to race.
And race they did. Like some of the great racing families, the Petty, Wallaces, Labonis, and others, the Dragons are heroes. Local favorites in the Northeast, especially at Thunder Road. The high-banked quarter-mile track is a tough one, especially if you drive deep in a turn 4, more commonly known as the Widowmaker. But the Dragons have been here long enough to know how to ride the wall and how to stay out of trouble. In fact, they've been here so long, it's more like a second home.
Well, I believe that's why they call racing, they say it's in the blood. It definitely is. Any Dragon fans back here? All right, Ken, how about we go back? You give us a rundown of this exciting race here at Thunder Road.
Okay, let's look at the top 10 for 125 laps.
It was Stockwell, Dion there fighting him. Dragon fought him, and when it was over, it was Dion for second, Stub Patton for third, Bobby Dragon finishing in fourth, Jamie Obie in fifth, Brad Layton sixth. Wall, Andy Santier ends up in eighth tonight. Great win for a young man. A Green Mountain boy wins at the Road, Thunder Road.
All right, you'll never guess where I'm hanging out. It's a very rowdy spot, as it should be, because we're hanging out at what they call Bud Hill. And there are tons of people up here. So, sir, can you tell me why they call this area Bud Hill?
That's because we all got buds. Woo!
All right, sit down, sir. Take care of yourself, will you? Yeah, and I hear there's like a 1 6-pack limit out here, but I don't think you're paying attention to that at all. Each turn, each hill has a story, an incredible view from Bud Hill. He's made it over to Forsyth Hill. How are you? Hi.
This is a great place to party.
You're scaring me, please.
I love it, though. I love every minute of it. It's a party.
Sweetheart. Steve, help me. Steve.
I don't think she's going to make it out of there alive, but not to be outdone. This is Forsyth Hill outside turn 3, named after Roy Forsyth, who drove number 46 here years ago. In fact, in 1960, he won 10 races in a row. And Ken Squire tells me this is the first time that this hill has been open for fans in 15 years. So great fans here. And Ken, I know you say they come from all over New England to get here.
Yes, and from Quebec as well. A lot of Canadians down that like the road and show up here and have a great time, usually on Thursday, tonight on Friday. And what a show NASCAR has put on for them with this Busch North. And coming up, racing is indeed. And coming up, they're going to get a chance to cheer for their own late model ranks. That's coming up here a little later on TNN tonight. So stay with Buddy Baker. Yours truly, Ken Squire, Katie Haas, and Steve Burns having a time at the Road, Thunder Road.
All right, I just wanted to let you know here at the lovely Thunder Road racetrack where I was up on Bud Hill, I am okay. But don't think I can't hang with them folks, because I can hang with them. But they are up there, and look at this gorgeous view they got up the track. This is absolutely a wonderful place to be to check out all the action happening here at Thunder Road. Ken?
Thank you very much, Katie. Getting ready to see late model competition. Typical weekend stuff. You could see this on NASCAR tracks. Some 100 facilities all over America, buddy, on a Friday or a Saturday night. Right now, they're celebrating Kip Stockwell's name here in the Green Mountains. There's some of the pit area. There's the false grid stage of the next race of the evening, which will put some 26 cars out here for 50 laps, and we can get a look at their starting grid here. For the most part, these are all folks from up here in the green and gold state. Gary Cunningham will be on the pole with the lawyer, a barrister, Steve Craddock, starting alongside. Harmon Beaver Dragon, the elder of the Dragons, and Jim Silly, great racer here. Barney McRae is back in action. Eric Williams, he's a relative newcomer. There's another Dragon. Brent Dragon is the son of Harmon Beaver. You got to know your Dragons up here. You just looking further back, Dan Casey, Phil Scott, who was the Thunder Road champion a year ago in row 5. Row 6 is Greg Blake. That's Burger Blake. And Mike Bruno's there. Joey LeCaire. This is one of the great old names in Vermont racing. 3 generations of them have competed. Chuck Beatty with him. Then Kip Stockwell is back in number 16. He just won. He's going to give it another go with Dave Whitcomb. Steve Ranadette and Pete Fecto, who won a main event just 2 weeks ago. Ricky Roberts and John Paul Sear in row 10. You got Dwayne Lamphere, Lamoille County boy, and Brian Hoare. That Dodge Avenger has won 3 times this year. It flies. Tony Poisson and Robin Wood from over in Plattsburgh, New York, other side of Lake Champlain, back there. And we'll take a break and be back. Join some more short track racing on TNN. Hits just keep on coming. Here we are getting ready for late model action. Thunder Road regulars, and Kip Stockwell just coming out. Bottom of your frame, the number 16. This is his weekly car. Runs here each and every week, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you what, we just found out that the 96 that he won the race in used to be a very famous car. Steve Park drove it.
And Steve Park, of course, is on his way.
I'd say the driver, for those that don't know who we're talking about, Steve Park is the Grand National driver for Dale Earnhardt. So this boy is really on his way up, and Stockwell filled in very nicely in that car tonight.
Did beautifully. Fella from down on Long Island, Steve Park. Going to hear a lot about him in time to come, like Ron Hornaday. A couple of real talented people. Well, there's so many in the NASCAR ranks coming along. This is an outsider that won in that first race tonight, Stockwell. Let's see what he's going to do here. He's got some running to do because he's well back. He'll start in the 15th starting position inside of row 8. Lights off in the pace car. Ready for some more short track action on TNN. Well, here it comes from Thunder Road. It'll be Gary Gunningham and the racing barrister, Steve Craddock in front row. There's a low compressor.
All right. Well, he better get in gear because they're moving by him on the inside.
That's right. Sure, he's not out on that start. He's been knocked back to 3rd spot. Cunningham begin to sprint. Let's see what they're going to do out of the back of the pack. Good traffic drivers, this Jim Silly.
There comes Beaver Dragon on the inside as he head down into turn 3. He had to think better of it as he started in there. Beaver Dragon running very well in the 6th. Let's see, he's in the number 6 there.
Yeah, he shot right up through. Got himself 2nd spot, working on the lead. And if the Beaver gets in front, hard to gnaw on that log tonight. Tough. Beaver Dragon been running for over 30 years. Usually all he gets is a little sidebar and stories because of his name, but that's his name. Used to be the road commissioner. Milton, Vermont. Beaver Dragon. 2nd spot, number 6. Comes after Cunningham. Looks to the inside, not there. Stack them up as they come down into the corner. Craddock on the outside. Gets it a little loose, tries to gather it back. Jim Silly trying to work his way through. Stays right on the bottom. Usually these guys will run 50 laps and maybe 1 caution. They run here every week and they are so respectful and run so well. They're typical of American short track racers. Put on great shows, and if you've missed this kind of thing where you live, get yourself out and enjoy some short track racing. It's the best stuff in the world.
It is that, Ken, and they have a tire rule here. These are spec tires that they're on. They're $95 a piece, and they are allowed to soak them to soften them up a little bit. Very hard compound. These cars do a great job out there. As you can see, they're not losing traction whatsoever on a very hard tire.
Look at Barney McRae. Saw him in action a little early. He's an old Thunder Road veteran. Giving it a good stout run on the inside. Usually when you talk about how good they run, that's all you need. Put the curse on them and things fall apart. Right now they're still in there.
Well, they're racing very hard. They're waiting on one person to make a mistake up towards front, and they'll move right up and take that spot from them. You see Beaver Dragon there in the 6th. He is just waiting on Cunningham to make a mistake. Now he's looking to the outside.
Yeah, he can run the outside. Of course, if you're going to run a high bank quarter mile like this, you better be able to run the outside and forget about it.
The 99 there, that's Barney McRae.
Here comes Craddock back on the outside as they double him up. Harmon, Beaver Dragon. Just eases along. Great old veteran. Loves this track. You saw his brother Bobby Dragon out here in the number 7. His son is going to come after him in a moment. His son's back there in the number 0, running about 6 on the field.
Boy, Beaver Dragon made that look awful easy there. Just kept moving on the outside there until he got to the point. And now he's out in the lead and moving away.
Now look at this number 14 just sliding by. That's Phil Scott. He's the track champion from a year ago. Did not win an event. Caution down. Lap 13. Yellows out. And we'll find out for what. Beaver Dragon out in front.
Well, the
turn 4
is going out. Must have some liquid on the racetrack.
I think you got an oil down up there in turn 4. First caution of the race comes at the 13th lap. We'll take a break and be back with you from Thunder Road in Barre, Vermont, where Kip Stockwell has just pulled a big upset, and we've got the late models playing right now. Supplemental lighting provided by the Musco folks from out in Iowa. What an outstanding job they do. You know, they live in Charlotte, they live in Texas. Guess they're going to get a crack at Daytona as they plan to light that for the 4th of July festivities a year away. And they came in here with portable lighting. Did a grand job. A couple of young men from down in Tennessee. Nice kids, and they really knew their business. Okay, lights off in the pace car. We're ready to go play. We've got Harmon Beaver Dragon. You see that yellow? Number 0, yellow and green, Vermont colors. That's Brent Dragon, just back here behind his dad by about 2 rows. Wouldn't that be something if you got the dragons snarling at each other at the end of this, huh?
Well, I tell you what, I've seen good racing between family members.
Entire field coming by, getting ready on a start. Beaver leads them off. Oh, no, didn't like that start at all. No, all together now in unison from the top of the page.
Yeah, they'll just go back and get everybody back in and drop the green flag again. If they do it 2 or 3 times, they'll put them in the back of the field.
Oh, yes, they will. All right, here they come. Out of 4, down out of the Widowmaker. Good start that time.
The Widowmaker.
Beaver psyched him, and he got him good. Back there in 6th spot is the 0. That is the kid, Brent Dragon, chasing his dad right now. Tucked down to the inside, just beneath him is Phil Scott in the 14, last year's track champion. There you see Barney McRae in the 99, hanging it on the outside, riding in 3rd.
Folks, that wall right there that has all the checks on it down the front straightaway is the Widowmaker. That's where it got its name. Coming out of turn 4, you can get sucked into trouble right there without doing very little at all. You can really tear a car up.
And they handicap these cars with the better cars in the back at the present time. So you still haven't seen the full power of this field as we have 16 laps complete after the first caution. It was an oil down all the way around the track. And they're still skating some out there. Look at that number 0 coming along. Pulls up on Craddock in the 65. That's Brent Dragon. He goes father hunting. Dad's up there in the lead. Kid's coming after him. And right behind him comes the 68. Nobody to mess with, Jim Silly. On the inside, the 71, that's Eric Williams, who's a relative newcomer in this division. Doesn't have a lot of money, comes out and runs every week and runs well.
The green car there, the 14, Phil Scott, seems to be very, very quick, but he's caught up in traffic right now and can't make a move. But you see him right there trying to put the nose under him.
Got a couple of them spinning and looping up here in turn number 2, and that's going to bring out the second caution as Dwayne Lamphere gets around, and so does the 61, new driver in this series. That's Robin Wood out of Plattsburgh, New York. Yep, over there on the other side of Lake Champlain. There's the 40 car of Lamphere, and Robin Wood is a regular runner over in New York State at Airborne Raceway, which is an old NASCAR half mile where guys like Ernie Reed and Billy Wimble and Don McTavish and Pete Hamilton, they cut their teeth and cut their way into national championship runs. It's the number 40, Lamphere, and going all the way around is this relative new car. He had that kid on the outside, Baker. He went out of Pocono, Pennsylvania. They had one of those mini stock races on the old 3/4 mile track.
Yeah.
He got up over a 4-foot fence and he left. He was about in Lancaster, Pennsylvania when they found the parts. Okay, we'll take a break and we'll be back. We're at the site of excitement, Thunder Road. 19 of 50 laps complete. The late models and the Beaver, the Dragon, is growling up in front. One of NASCAR's most loyal and dedicated officials for years was A.H. Blackadar. But before he was one of their officials, he was a flagman, and a darn good one. A.H. Blackadar started at Thunder Road, and what he started was a phenomenon. When he started the races, buddy, he started them from the center of the track, right down the middle, right between both rows, when he dropped the green. A.H. Blackadar passed away a couple of years ago and is greatly missed from the racing scene in New England. Well, there you see Stockwell. He's up to 10th spot. He started in 15th. That's Joey LeCaire on the inside in the 15, third generation.
I just want to know one thing.
Yeah.
Why would you stand in the middle of the race?
Well, it was more dramatic. It was more dramatic. You run down the middle.
Yeah, I'd say.
Sure. See, you're spoiled.
Woo.
That's right. There was a penalty. If you hit him, it cost you a lap.
What about, I mean, I've been on racetracks where Suicide Hayes was competing. That guy wouldn't want to stand in the middle.
Oh, we had some suicide fellows up here in the old days run pretty hard. Hard Luck Hannaford, you know, he was a regular up on the road.
Hard Luck Hannaford.
Yes, indeed.
I shall remember that, too.
All right. Ready on a restart. This Cunningham in the 0-1, bit of a surprise tonight, staying right up there in second spot, doing a good job. Ready on a restart. And the Beaver slaps his tail and gets her going into turn number 1. Beaver Dragon out in front. Now watch that number 0. Let's see if he can climb up on that outside. And keep an eye on Kip Stockwell, the upset surprise winner of the Jiffy Lube 150. He's really coming. He's moved from 15th up to 10th. He's not done here tonight in that blue, same color scheme, that light powder blue that you saw in the car that won the main event.
Second place there, Barney McRae is really running well tonight. He's staying right with Beaver Dragon.
But up to 4th moves the number 0, Brent Dragon.
Phil Scott's moved into 3rd in the 14th.
And Stockwell blows a tire. You could hear that one explode, and he unloads in turn 3. Big hit. He's all right. Clement coming out. Man, that sounded like a 105 howitzer when it popped. Third caution comes at lap 21. Serious one. Pretty dramatic stuff here, buddy.
Wow, you can see the tire blows. Watch him go out of here, up into the outside wall, nearly over there. That car come within just inches of turning over several times down the back.
Wild ride for Stockwell, and he's out of the car. Win one, lose one. All in one night. Thunder Road. What a ride, and he's smiling, too. You'd be smiling if you walked away from a thing like that.
I'd be real happy to get out of that, I can tell you.
Saco City in turn number 3 for Kip Stockwell, who was running in the 9th spot. He picked up 1 when you heard the tire explode, and away it went, riding up toward Forsyth Hill, climbed the fence, comes back down. He's okay. That car has seen a better day. All right, Kip. Longest walk in sport is not that walk from the pitcher's mound in. This is the long walk. Right, Baker?
Oh,
when you
boy.
leave the car behind and you got to go get yourself all the way back to where the team is.
Wait a minute, Ken. Why'd you ask me that?
I wasn't pointing fingers, buddy.
Wait a minute. We just got a report there was another incident at the same time. Let's take a look.
In the front stretch wall? Ooh,
Wow.
Dan Casey. He was doing the Highland Fling coming down the road's main straightaway. Casey up on one. He tore the nose off that car about a week or 2 weeks ago. They've done a lot of repair work to get it back. But Kip Stockwell stalks the wall in turn number 3. He's okay. Beaver Dragon is still in front. He's not too far away from having to deal with his own son. Here's what the critics are saying about TNN Motorsports video game Hardcore 4x4 for Sony PlayStation and Sigma Saturn. If you're a racer, you like games, check out TNN Motorsports Hardcore 4x4 for the Sony PlayStation and the Sega Saturn in stores now. You'll see fenders crunching, wheels busting, doors flying up. Regular Thunder Road. Game gets surreal. You have to scrape the mud off your TV. Hey Baker. The guy that just finished 3rd in that previous race.
Yeah.
The racing great-grandfather. Guess who found it?
Who?
Well, none other than.
Okay,
I'm the one. Finally had to drag him away. Now this guy, this is Stud Fadden. He's the guy that finished 3rd in that first race, and you're way too fresh. Did you take a shower already?
Oh, yeah.
How come you smell so good?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was you in that race car, right?
That's me.
That's what I thought. What an amazing career, and what an inspiration you must be to so many drivers to actually not just be running around the track, but getting up there in the top 5. What do you attribute all that to? Is it your superior driving ability, your great crew?
No, certainly not my superior driving ability, because I'm not a race car driver. I've done this for
Now, how can you say that? Hadn't you been racing for how many years?
36.
And you say you're not a race car driver?
No.
Then what are you, sir?
I'm just a driver that has fun. I mean, you know, I don't consider myself
I'm just a driver, that's all.
What about your, is it your grandson or that races out here in the same division?
That's correct. My grandson Mike Olson, he's out here with a 61 Little Trees car. And
Would you say he was a race car driver?
yeah, he generally whoops me, so I got to say he's a race car driver.
A Superior, wonderful run tonight. Stud, I appreciate you coming out here.
What a wonderful time I had. My great-grandson was in the trailer and watched the race on TNN.
Your great-grandson.
My great-grandson, Michael.
Look out, we got another generation of Faddens coming our way.
Oh,
Steve?
my gosh, I don't know if the world's ready for that.
All right, hey, thanks, Katie. We're with another local legend, Dave Dion. And Dave's been up with the fans. We've been trying to get him, but Dave, as you said, you don't duck these fans.
No, that's one thing. You try and teach the young kids. Whether you have a good day or a bad day, you have an obligation to these fans. They took their hard-earned money out of their pocket, and they made a commitment to come here. It's, real important that you stay here, you talk to them, and you don't put on that grumpy face. Go in the truck, shake it off, get back out, and go see the people. That's what this track's about, rural America.
Hey, Dave, I looked at the right rear tire on your car when you're down there in Victory Lane. The top 3 guys were down there. That sucker was flat.
Well, that's where the luck comes in. We didn't win, but we had a great day. One more restart, we were going to the rear or crashing. So when they go flat, it makes a big difference. You're going to get a flat, but we were very fortunate tonight that it happened just outside of Victory Lane. I wouldn't call it Victory Lane, but just outside. I could see it from where I was.
All right, thanks, Dave. You guys put on a great show. Let's go back to Ken Squire.
Busch North champion from a year ago, Dave Dion, one of the best.
Boy, you said it all right there, and he told the truth about how we feel about the race fans.
Yeah, and he feels that obligation seriously. He says the biggest sponsors in racing are the people that pay the money every single week and come out and support us. He says it's great to have names on race cars, but the people we owe the most to are the ones that take it out of their pocket and their wages week after week to support this sport.
I got to ask you something. They're doing hot laps right now, and they hadn't dropped the green. What's going on?
I think probably they're trying to get this track back in shape. I think they've had an oil down a couple of times, and they're trying to get it back. They've worked in some speedy dry.
There it is.
And I guess we're just about set.
There's the answer to my question right there. You can see the oil dry mostly all the way around the racetrack right now. And they had to get them up to speed there to kind of
dust it off.
Well.
Yeah. Pace cars in. There's 21 complete. You're at Thunder Road, Barre, Vermont. 38 years folks have been coming here on a Thursday night or Friday night this week to enjoy racing by the thousands. Very popular, not just in the South, anywhere in America. American short track racing is special to America. Take a look at that number 01, Gary Cunningham, continuing to fight it out. Look at McRae in the 99 trying to work his way up. Cunningham down to the bottom there, about 3 rows. He's having one of his best nights. He's back there in 7th. Now here's McRae on the outside, making a run on Beaver Dragon. And here comes 14, Phil Scott into it.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The 99 there, Barney McRae, he's trying to make it work on the high side there. There's a lot of oil drive there. I'm afraid he's going to lose some spots being up there.
Ooh. Right back on it again. Lean it in, turn it sideways, put the pedal down, aim for the wall, and get going. That's what it's all about in short track racing. 24 coming up on halfway in this event as Beaver Dragon tries to defend that lead. Look at McRae and take a look at that number 25. That's beginning. Whitcomb has the nose bumped a little here.
Wow. Heavy contact there. You can see the front of his car is dinged up pretty good, though. He got in the back of somebody.
Whoa,
Trouble over turn
straight
1.
off. Big one. Big one off in turn 1, off the launching pad and about 20 feet into the air, down off the top. Lap 26, and it was McRae. Into the forest. Barney McRae. Right off the top. Lands it square. Lucky he didn't get that one over. Take a look at what happened to Barney. Remember, he'd been up there fighting for second spot.
Okay, Ken, he's in the outside wall. You can see him coming down. Some damage to the car. He gets in the loose stuff there. Watch him go over the launching pad right here.
Backwards.
Very lucky that car didn't turn over down the hill.
Backwards. That's some way to leave the track. could see him try to fire it. Looked like he had a broken right front wheel after that stab at the wall.
Well, he hits very hard right there. You can see it gets sideways as he starts into turn one. Now watch it as he gets up in the loose stuff. You can see the dust fly. You can see him spinning the rear wheels, trying to gain over the bank backwards.
Steve Burns?
Yeah, Ken?
I understand you're down there with the 99?
Yeah, we're down here at the launching pad, Ken. Wrecker's going by. Barney McRae, take a look at this. He came down this embankment. It's about at least 40 feet, maybe 50 feet. He landed right here. He's driving off now. But look over here. Take a look over here. This is the other part of the launching pad. If you go up here, ooh, I hope y'all don't get, those are rental cars.
That's been increased, Steve.
Okay,
it used to be 3 feet shorter. Well, McRae looks like he wants to get back. I think he'll want to check that front end over before he does too much, buddy. We'll be back in a moment on TNN, short tracking on a Friday night. Ready to go after 26 of 50. Beaver Dragon still gnawing away at the lead. Phil Scott has now found himself away to second spot. Eric Williams is in third, and that's Brent Dragon, Beaver's son, back there in fourth. They get ready to put them back under green here at Thunder Road with 26 complete, showing them more. Lights off on the pace car. Gave you the front four. Let's see a little further back. I think Joey DeCair's having a good night. He's up into fifth. John Paul Sear is in sixth. Berger Blake is in seventh, and eighth is the number 75 of Pete Fecto. Keep kind of waiting for Mike Bruno to see if he can take a stab at getting up through this traffic. Pace cars coming in. We're ready to go racing. Short track. At the site of excitement, Thunder Road, high atop Quarry Hill in Barre, Vermont. Halfway through late model action. Short tracking on a Friday night. Here they come.
Beaver Dragon just give them a clinic on how to start off.
Yep, and it's going to.
They didn't like it.
And they didn't like it. Flagman says, no, I want them even across. Psych job. Try to get that guy on the outside, just a little behind on the throttle. You got him a little too far behind on the throttle that time. Even across. Oh, up on the wall, and right off the track goes Brent Dragon in the zero. Oh, and there's two more going off up here at the top of turn number 2. They picked it up. Let's see if now it's Lampier in the 40 back into it again. That's all I had to do was talk about how they run night after night and not have any problem. That jinxed them. We're up to 4, up to 5 cautions in this one. It's funny, once they have a caution or two, it breaks the rhythm, and then, Baker, it's all downhill from there.
Well, it seems to work that way. Restarts somehow seem to get race cars bottled up together, and contacts made. You can see the fire flying there as they made contact.
That's the 54, and that's a pretty strong runner in this series, Chuck Beatty. There's Brent Dragon up on the wall. Ooh. Come fly with me. I'm sorry, you're the one that does the singing. And all week long, all he's sung, the hills are alive.
With the sound of music.
Of Baker, yeah. Got me doing it now, I apologize. Harmon Beaver Dragon stays in front. We're into the 5th caution, comes out, lap 26. Phil Scott has himself a 2nd place out here. Take a look at the number 71 in 3rd. If you were running a quarter-mile track, we're going to take a quick break, and I got a question for you about how you want to run a high bank quarter-mile and try to stay out of this kind of mess where they're running over each other all the time. We'll get to that right after this.
Okay.
The Jiffy Lube 150, brought to you by Wagner, the power to do it.
All right, getting set on a restart. And many times in short track racing, what they do on the scoring is they revert to the previous lap to line them up. That's what we're seeing here. That's pretty standard on most short tracks.
Great racing, and it keeps everybody, I mean, they'll probably run side by side for several laps, but it also promotes a lot of contact when they do drop the green.
So here they are, doubled up and ready to go. Any way to get through a night like this without...
Why are you asking me?
Well,
I tore up more
you're the
fenders than
expert.
anybody.
You're the
my junkyard is extensive, believe me.
Okay, that's the way you want to be.
I am the tall one in the booth up here. Squire, you're getting heavy too.
99 Barney McRae comes back out on the track. Are your ankles getting weak?
Oh boy. Carrying this guy along.
Oh, come on now.
Here they go. Bobby dragging hard down in the corner.
No, Beaver.
Beaver.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby's
watching
hard in the corner.
Yeah. And Brent, he's out of this thing. Had to take that wall and tear up his car. Look at Phil Scott in the 14 trying to make a move on the outside.
Well, Phil Scott was my pick when we first started out. You can see him on the outside out there. I hope he does not get in the oil drought that is out on the outside of the racetrack. Look at this side-by-side racing. This is what short track racing is all about.
I thought you told me Barney McRae was your pick in that race. You did say Barney McRae. You said, watch that 99. That's my car.
Well, he's gone now, so I have a new champion out there.
Just like a typical fan,
Phil
changing
Scott.
allegiance. Take a Joey LeCaire. Spot going to LeCaire on the outside. We'll see right here as that 16 begins to unwind a little. Nice ride by Phil Scott. Just taking that outside. Now down to the inside. The 71 of Eric Williams trying to nose through. Meanwhile, John Paul Sear, that's the kid that won the Milk Bowl a year ago up here at Thunder Road. You know what you win when you win the Milk Bowl, buddy? Get to kiss a genuine Vermont beauty.
I'm not going there.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Milk Bowl.
Yeah.
Beautiful Guernsey.
Kevin LePage won the Milk Bowl.
3 times he got to kiss the cow. Yeah.
Oh, trouble. Beaver Dragon in trouble.
Yeah, he got turned around by LeCaire, and he's still getting collected down the back straightaway. It looks like Pete Fecto's into that one. Wow. And Steve Craddock in the 65 getting thumped as well. Well, there goes that whole story about how they run flawlessly. We're up to 6 cautions here. Chewed up 3 more cars on that one.
Steve Craddock has a lot of damage to his. The 65 there, that's Steve Craddock. You can see he's going around the racetrack with extensive damage to the rear part of the car.
And Fecto, he got collected in it as well and torn up. See if we can see what happened, buddy.
Yeah, you can see Beaver Dragon getting hit in the back there.
That's LeCaire's car. Now he collects Fecto on the white number 75. And the hits just keep on coming. Boom. Craddock getting nailed in the 65. Number 6, Beaver Dragon, had led for 16 laps out here. Going to lead some for some time. Here's another angle. LeCaire comes up, gets that bumper underneath, and around goes Dragon.
Just lifted him right up, and from there on, everything on the racetrack but the caution light hit him. Beaver Dragon was in a lot of trouble there.
Hard to know if you want to press all the time or you want to be a little more conservative. You run a tight quarter mile.
Well, there's nothing you can do. When you get hit in the back like Dragon just got hit, it lifts the back of the car up and around you go.
We saw the 99 earlier. Here's Bruno on the 22, shooting the gap on the inside and getting through. He took a real wild ride, but had he not taken that ride as they get ready to go green, if that had been a wall on the outside, he'd have been knocked back. He'd have lost his whole car and probably taken 3 or 4 more.
Exactly right. There's you know, this is perfect. You can go off the racetrack, lock the brakes up, stop before you get to the bottom of the bank, re-enter the race, and not have any damage whatsoever. But if you hit where the wall is, you're going in and work a while.
End up like Kip Stockwell. On the restart, there's 71, Eric Williams up in there. set some back, and I think the 16 got set back on that one. Eric Williams trying to work, and they're getting tough on each other.
Yeah, you can tell the laps are winding down right now. These guys are going at it like it's no tomorrow right now. They're hitting and pushing and gouging.
33 of 50 laps complete. Phil Scott in front. That's Eric Williams on the outside, and John Paul Sear in the 32 on the bottom. Almost turned the leader. Steve Burns is back in the garage area with Pete Fecto, who got caught up in that last wreck.
Boy, I'll say, Ken, heavy right side damage to Pete Fecto's car. Pete, it looks like you're done for the night.
Yeah, I think we had a good car. Memorial Valley Ford was running good tonight. We headed to the front, but you know, we run out of luck. So I guess we'll have to just take what we got, go home.
All right, thanks, Pete.
Sear in the 32 gets down on the inside. Almost made the move on Phil Scott to take that lead. The 27, Burger Blake. Folks at Thunder Road love to watch the Burger go into the deep fry, and he's just about to do that right now. Look at him come down on the bottom. He loves to hang in there, but he'll take the shot on the outside. If there's any kind of room right now, he feels the quick way is on the bottom, and he's under. Eric Williams, 27. That's the Burger. Burger Blake. John Paul Sear taking a wide line out of 4 as he comes after Phil Scott. This is all right up in front for the lead. Jim Silly in the 68, now deployed in 5th. And here comes Bruno in the 22. He's beginning to knock on the door, and he's done some racing. Bruno in the 22 from 12th position with 10 to go. Burger Blake down on the inside for 3rd. He has Eric Williams pinned on the outside.
Wow, hard contact. Oh, trouble in turn 4.
Oh, they've collected 3 of them hard. Casey's in it. Get on the brakes and clear it out in the Widowmaker. Barney McRae and Casey once again clobbered. Same spot. Same result. A lot of work to do on that number 63 for John Casey's son. Got a tail end of this one, I understand. Dan Casey down. 42 spinning. Tony Puissant on the inside. Here he is limping back. We'll take a break while they take the Casey car off. That's going to need a hook to get that one out of there. Scott the leader, 41 complete, 9 to go. Revert 1 lap and run him out here. Yes, California can have its Rose Bowl, and Florida its Orange Bowl. In the dairy state of Vermont, it's a Milk Bowl. And the winner, that's part of the prize right there. That's Hard Luck Hannaford, first winner of the Milk Bowl. Hasn't changed much since then. They also have the North American Cow Chip Throwing Contest that day, and everybody shows up.
Boy.
Governor, Senator Leahy, everybody comes up and throws the chip, and oh, it's quite a time. Short Track Race in America on TNN Friday night. Hope you're enjoying it. We're at Thunder Road, Barre, Vermont. This is their late model division. These are technical and non-counting laps. They've completed 41. There's 9 to go. You want to put a nickel down here now, Baker?
No, I just want to kiss old Bessie. I can't.
Well, a lot of them feel differently about that.
Wow.
We've got, I think, Veronica is going to be here this year.
Up.
Got to get the 42 cranked up and out of the way. We've got the Thunder Road Relay coming. You're going to like this. You ever seen a relay car race? Oh my!
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my! Just a great moment.
Okay, guys, it's down to nitty gritty now.
Yellow is out. Scott got too much of a jump. Going to do it again. It's John Paul Sear won that Milk Bowl a year ago, number 32. His dad works with him on that car.
You got a mean flagman here. He don't like any of the restarts.
No, he wants him even across. Look at that jump business. All right, I think this one may go. There's the green. John Paul Sear on the outside. Phil Scott down to the inside, out of 2. Gets it out there. Got a nice line going up into turn 3 and 4 around the Widowmaker. Sear and Scott even across. Still there. That's Bruno in the 22. He's up in there. He switches lanes, tries to come to the bottom. And they're still even across.
Very clean racing for the lead there. You see Scott getting about a 3/4 of a car length lead as they go through. Now he has the lead by himself up here.
Yeah. You want to call that by himself?
Well, he has the car length now.
Himself has the lead, but not by much. John Paul Sear right there. Here comes Burger Blake down to the bottom. 45 laps complete this time by. A little shove and grind push out there as the 27 makes his way up for a shot at second. And 5 to go. Eric Williams having a great run in that 71. He never, Burger Blake works on Williams a little, tries to loosen him up. Williams will have no part of it, stays right with the program. Look at Jim Silly. Yeah, that 68 working his way along. 6th spot is the 22. Bruno getting under Silly in the black car. .14 stays up in there. Down, let's see, 48 this time by. So a couple to go. Jim Silly on the outside. And you get Burger Blake down on the bottom in the 27. And there you see the 22, Bruno, fighting his way as we come up toward a white flag and 1 to go. Phil Scott going to win his first race in 3 years here at Thunder Road. 2 years. 2 years. Won a race 3 years ago. Here he is down for the checkers. He's got Sear covered, and he'll take first place. Eric Williams is going to finish in 3rd, just about a dead heat. LeCaire comes into contact with the 9, Ricky Roberts, as we end it down there in turn 3. Wild, typical short track racing, but
absolutely. That was thrill packed from the word go, and my car won, as you can see right there.
I think he got a deal. So Phil Scott gets himself a checkered flag. Had to fight off 3 contenders. Wanted to take it away from him. And gets himself a chance to be in victory lane. We'll talk to this fellow in just a moment. Phil Scott wins the Jiffy Lube 50 tonight at Thunder Road. Big night here in the Northeast. Back in a moment. So we're back at Thunder Road, and Victory Lane has new champions to be honored here this evening after a fellow named Phil Scott has won his first. He was the track champion a year ago, buddy, and he never won a main event in that season. Just kept on knocking them off, getting those top 3 consistent finishes, but never a checkered flag.
Boy, that's hard to believe after you see him run tonight. What a great drive. I mean, once he got in the lead, he protected the racetrack, did what you have to do to win.
Inside and outside, and there he is, out and a very happy fellow after being able to hold off John Paul Sear and led the last 22 laps of this 50-lapper, the Jiffy Lube 50. So we'll get down there and have a chat with him in a moment. 3 leaders in the race. Let's go down to Steve Burns.
Hey, Ken, is this baby a thing of beauty or what? Look at the aerodynamics on this. This is the Flying Tiger division. I love this racetrack. Now, folks, you've seen a lot about the Thunder Bowl, or Thunder Road here in Vermont. When you think of stock car racing, you tend to think of the Southeast, the heart of stock car racing, but nothing could be further from the truth because there's a lot of history in racing in addition to Thunder Road here in New England.
Today, American motorsports, in particular the Winston Cup Tour, has taken sports enthusiasts by storm. But the backbone of big-time racing can be traced right back to its short-track roots. And nowhere do those roots run deeper than in the Northeast United States.
The best I can describe it is if you ask someone down south to draw a sketch of a race car, I'm sure they'll come up with a late model car, 43 Richard Petty. You ask somebody out west to draw a race car, they're going to draw a sprint car or an old roadster or an Indy car. You ask someone here in the east from my generation and we'll draw a picture of a modified coupe.
It was those coupes that captured the imagination of generation after generation. Names like Ed Flemke, Bugsy Stevens, and Richie Evans became heroes to the thousands of fans who flocked to the tracks from Massachusetts to Montreal. It was those regional racers that helped pave the way for many of today's national stars.
No, it's been good to see these fellows that raced with us and know us to do well, but at the same time, they've helped us a lot, too. It's not any one-way street. I mean, we're doing well here because of them. But like you take right now Steve Park, a hell of a kid. You got Ricky Craven and all of them, with joy. I mean, it's a kind of, you know, it's a good feeling, but at the same time, they've done an awful lot for us.
Whether it's past, present, or future stars, types of tracks, or types of cars, New England epitomizes the great American sport of racing like no other.
And we're with Bunky Sampson, who knows a lot about racing here in New England. He's the series director for the Busch Grand National North Series. Bunky, we think of the Southeast a lot, but racing is heart and soul here in New England.
Yeah, racing is an everyday passion here in New England. There's so many short tracks throughout New England that run on a weekly basis. Of course, everybody follows Cup and BGN and the new Craftsman Truck Series. But up here, you can go to any given track on New England. The fans go wild. We had a good indication of how the fans in New England are tonight. The Busch race followed by a very exciting late model race here at Thunder Road Speedbowl. It's just an awesome place to be a race car competitor, official, whatever form of racing you're associated with. New England's a proud place to be a part of it.
And as you said earlier, you have a lot to be proud of.
Yes, this series has come a long way. This is our 11th year of existence. We really struggled in the beginning. The last couple of years we've been up over 100 car counts, drivers that have attempted to qualify. We're following that road once again this year, and the people that are associated with this series have it right here in their heart, New England in their heart, and we want to do everything we can to make a special show for these New England fans and fans around the nation.
Well, Bunky, you've done a great job. Let's go now to Katie Haas.
Well, here I am with the winner in the last division, Phil Scott. Congratulations. This must feel good after winning the championship last year with no wins. How's this one feel?
Yeah, that feels real good. We haven't let a lap in about a year and a half, so it felt real good to do it.
Well, I know your crew and supporters around here are very, very happy for you, and I am too. Yeah, they call you the Terry Labonte of Thunder Road, Mr. Consistency. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine with me. We had a lot of second and thirds last year, and consistency was our game, and I owe it all to my car, my crew. My crew is great, and they're the ones that set up the car. I just drive it, and they gave me a great car tonight.
Well, you drove a heck of a race. Congratulations tonight. Now he's standing in 10th place in the points with about 6 races to go.
Thanks for coming up.
Hey, we're glad to be here. It's beautiful. It's wonderful to be here, and we got more racing with the Flying Tigers coming up. Stay with us in just a few. Right here on TNN. We'll be back. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Drivers in the bump cars. Huh?
Back everybody to Thunder Road. Steve Burns, Katie Haas,
together.
Ken Squire and Buddy Baker up in the booth. Now, you're about to see something very unusual. The Flying Tigers are coming out momentarily, but right now,
in the meantime, what
something
is it?
very new.
I'm not afraid of this. What is it?
Something about a relay race with race cars.
All right, we better get off the racetrack now.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Well, this is when we go from the sublime of racing to the ridiculous. Yes, here it is. This is the Thunder Road, the famed Thunder Road relay. It's going to, this evening, it's the Green Knights against the Golden Warriors, made up of people you've never heard of, who are going to perform in an event you've never heard of either. What there are these two vehicles. You see the Green Knights on the, there they are, yes, and the Golden Warriors with the yellow. There are no motors in those, buddy.
Has to do with cover, I think.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that helps. And now what they're going to do is they're going to push those around. The wreckers bring them around to here, and there's whoever gets here first gets a 5-second advantage. And then they're going to release the first of the relay team members to push the other cars around. So you see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. This will be a 4-lap relay race. And remember, there are no motors in the... It's sort of like passing the baton, buddy. But what they do is they pass the car. Now what they do is they can only push it down to the start-finish line. Then the next car here in turn number 1 picks it up and pushes it around again. And sometimes they push them over the wall, sometimes over the bank, sometimes into each other. It gets to be rather interesting. It's typical, you know, what are we going to do on a Friday or Saturday night short tracking?
Folks, you very seldom ever hear me speechless, but I don't know what to say at the moment. I don't know whether this wire cage in front of the
Well, that's why we have a wire cage here,
is
buddy.
safe or not. I'm looking at this, and it looks like
Pam Miller,
something-
can you show him the cage where we got Buddy in tonight? So yeah, there you see, we got him in the cage. Yep, and ready for this one. All right, we're just about set for this one. Anytime they're ready to turn them loose, the golden moment will be here for your first opportunity to see a relay race with cars instead of with individuals with batons and all of that sort of thing. Yeah. Somebody couldn't sleep one night. All right, here they come. Here they come.
Okay.
Very brave men up there, and those, and who go nameless. Oh, and already the Green Knights seem to have the advantage. Guy on the outside just isn't with the program at all. Here we come. Here we come. They're coming down. Here come the cars to give them a little help.
Oh my. Well,
you see
here we
right
go.
there.
Contact on the back straightaway.
Yes, that's Dean Gallison getting a wonderful run here. But on the outside, John Jocelyn doing just an excellent job of getting his vehicle back. Oh, of course he has no motor. Yeah, come on. Now they have to let go right here.
Yeah.
And now the next two will come out and pick them up and continue this insanity.
Well, this isn't too bad yet.
Well, no, this is Douglas Huff for the Golden Warriors, who have the advantage. Unfortunately, they're all the way around the track, and their relay teams haven't caught up with them, buddy.
You know, Jimmy Spencer would really be a hero in this. I can just see this right now. He would have the quarter panels on the Golden Knight here bowed completely to the back glass.
Oh, but if you did that, who would he run against? Who would you have Spencer run against? That would be the thing. Be Jimmy Spencer against, well, perhaps Buddy Baker. Oh, it's getting very close for the lead. Another time. Here come the Green Knights back on the inside. And this would be John Raper against Joseph Becker. Notice that they use their formal names in this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even across. Look at the speed, surging at an ungodly 8 miles an hour down here into turn 1. There he is.
Oh, boy.
And I think this is it. This is to decide it all.
Can these two cars make contact without the motors?
Of course they can. Usually they do.
Oh, I see.
You know, you get 8 or 9 of them.
Oh, there we go.
Now,
there's a man that wants to win.
Overzealous. Overzealous. Here they come into the finale. Last time around. And it looks like...
Oh, there you have it.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Uh-oh, he's coming back. What a guy.
Well, he can't come too far back because he doesn't have a motor, buddy. Huh? Now, how do you like your first relay race? What do you mean, well? I mean, gosh. They have ramp-to-ramp jumps, and they have rollover contests, and all kinds of fun and frivolity out here. Oh, congratulations. Great sportsmanship. Great sportsmanship. Yes, indeed. Little love kiss just at the end, just to finish it off. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back with you again here at the site of excitement. One more race to go, folks. Winnebago Industries, the official motorhome of TNN. Stop by your local Winnebago dealer now and see the new models available. For more information on Winnebago Motorsports Team, call 1-800-643-4892. That's extension 2. Commercial transportation for this broadcast has been provided by Ryder, the official transportation company of Opryland. And this broadcast is sponsored by Featherlight Trailers, the official trailers of NASCAR, CART, IRL, and major sponsors of the NHRA. Remember, call Featherlight for all your trailer needs. 1-800 800-1230 or 319-547-6000. The crazy Corvette was out there for a moment. Yeah, it's just a typical another night at a short track in America, folks. You happen to be in Vermont, but you could be in the state of Washington or Oregon or out there in Idaho. Hey, take a look. Corey Pitsley's got himself the front line with Tom Vermette rounding out that front line. It'll be Chris Haggett and Wally Renfrew. Wild Wally going to start in that second row. Craig Shepard's there with Eric Pembroke. And then you've got Steve Mishkett and Ray Williams. And then you got John Clark and Peter Visson. Never heard of these guys? Well, that's because you haven't been to Thunder Road on a Thursday or Friday. Watch these guys knock down the walls, have a great time. Clark and Visson, Murray and Fink, they're out there ready to give it a go. Jamie Parker and Jamie Fisher, a couple of Jamies with the SD Ireland Concrete, no less special. And then you got David Pembroke and Billy Herring. And Paul Hodgson, who comes from Craftsbury up in God's country, Northeast Kingdom. Cooper McRitchie had a little problem. Had to get married, and I didn't have to get married, but he had to get married in the mornings. He could race at night, is what I wanted to say. John Donahue and Joe Becker, Billy Donahue and Jimmy Young. Watch this Jimmy Young. This kid can race. All right, these are what they call the Flying Tigers.
This is full contact karate.
Yes, indeed it is. Yep, this is what they call the intermediate class. There are 3 classes that run on this track on a weekly basis. There's a beginner class. This is the intermediate class. They have jacking bolts on all 4 corners, but not much more. A little bit more power. And if you make it here, then you're on your way into the sportsman competition and hopefully someday into the Busch Grand National North. So we're off and getting with the program here. They've got themselves about 25 laps to see what they can uncork, and usually they're pretty good for walling somebody and getting upside down before it's over. And they also have some very good races. I mentioned this guy in the back at number 1. Jimmy Young does a great job, and they're 2 across all the way around. This is not bad racing, buddy.
No,
not at all.
Great racing, and you know, the nice part of these cars, if you do ding them up a little bit, who's going to know it?
Wild Wally Renfrew in the 22 has the lead. Look at him pull away as he comes down out of the Widowmaker. Gets himself almost a full car length. And scooting down to the inside, number 8, all the way from 7th position in 4 laps.
Trouble on turn 2.
Oh, we've got him left and right. And oh, my. That's going to clean out about 4.
Oh, we have trouble everywhere. Oh, my.
There's the end of about 3 of them. Oh, golly. 0-3. Chris Haggett got caught up in that. Need the replay on that one, gang. Want to look at that one again. Oh, and Jimmy Young. The guy I told you about that was so good, he had no place to go. Let's see where it started. Looks like the 48's out around a little, and the 2 took a piece of him. Now he got it back. Then the 2 got collected.
Big trouble there.
And then there's big trouble. Yeah, the 2 is all the way around. And as Eric Pembroke spins, the rest of it becomes dry cleaning.
And a lot of the guys went across the grass, went down into turn 3, and finished the wreck down there.
Yeah, well, if you're going to have a wreck, you might as well have a good one. Shortcuts allowed. Now we've got 4 Flying Tigers that have been declawed here in just 4 laps of racing.
Now I want to know who this guy in the blue shirt is. He's my hero. I'd have been about halfway across the infield when they started spinning.
It's one of those still photographers. See, if it was an action photographer, he'd been running. That was a still photographer. He was standing still. There he is.
He's getting smart now. He's back over there where the concrete
reloading or sick to his stomach. I'm not sure which. Just realize the reality.
Still photographer.
All right, we've completed 4 laps, and we still have Wild Wally Renfrew as your leader here. We're short tracking on TNN. It's a Friday night, and we'll take a break and be back to see how this is going to get resolved. The pieces are flying at Thunder Road. Guess we're just about a lap away from back underway here with the Flying Tigers as they continue to motor around here, ready to pounce. What was that line you used to have, Baker? Winston Cup Racing, where they were ready for a wreck, and what was? How did you used to say that?
You know, I'm looking on the trunk.
No.
T&N, look, our logo on the lead car here.
Don't worry, that guitar is going to have a busted string before too long.
The guy wrecked, but you got great closers here. They don't just start a wreck, they finish them here.
Say they started a wreck and didn't finish it. That was it.
These guys
here, they finished their wrecks here.
Here we go again.
Wild Wally Renfrew. A little tribute to TNN there on the rear deck. Hope he doesn't get unstrung with that guitar as he comes down here. And number 8 working him over pretty strong. Steve Mishkett. It's a night at the road, Thunder Road, short tracking on TNN. As you're watching an intermediate class, have at it, live, and a lot of fun. Almost in the wall, one went in the grass.
Well, we got one going towards the still camera in the infield, but he got her back.
Well, he wanted his picture taken.
Yeah.
He hadn't got enough. I think he's going to have a talk with the pace car.
Guy in the pace car decided to run, but didn't need to.
Well, he was paralyzed.
So Flying Tigers at their best.
Yep. Leaping, bounding, and sometimes rolling over on their back and wanting their tummy scratched out here. Renfrew stays in front. Well, they've got themselves up to 9 laps this time by with 1 caution, and they got a good battle developing for the lead. Think of this little run on the outside. Trying to get themselves together enough to get a really, Dave Mishkett having a really good run as well. Let's talk about Dave Mishkett for a second. He's in that 8 car. Remember, he came up to 2nd spot. He's been in this class.
Grenades an engine and across the infield, leaping and bounding.
Coming to halt, and
fire.
Sign of a caution. That may bring out a yellow. That one looks like it might be a little worn. Tom Vermette.
Well, that's hope.
Yeah, they got the caution out. He's heated that one up for the night.
If he could see what I can see, he'd be
out of there by now. Now they put a red flag out. They want to get the fire unit out there immediately for the number 9. We'll take a break while we try to get the barbecue turned off out here in number 9. Now that ought to really get it going.
He's got his own fire extinguisher.
Got his fire extinguisher. By George, he hasn't missed a thing. We'll be back in a moment. They want to get it ready. All right, we're just about set to get this one flying once again. The Flying Tigers ready for a go. Johnny Clark pulls up on the outside. And we still have Wild Wally Renfrew out in front. Hey, here's our Wagner finish. A job well done tonight. Not much question about this. Goes to Kip Stockwell as he won in the Busch Grand National North. The Jiffy Lube 150 here at Thunder Road. Great performance by a new young driver. Now, some younger drivers who are still trying to rise to those levels. Welcome to short track. Johnny Clark comes up on the outside of Wild Wally. 36 holds right on. Ray Williams on the outside in that black car. Everything came out all right in that little fire. Guy got right back in, drove it off. He finished his trophies the other night. Ooh, Renfrew got in there a little tight and pinched it. Going to cost him. Hey, got a halfway. Got a halfway. How about it, Steve Burns?
Ken, you talked about Kip Stockwell a moment ago, who won the BGN North race. My understanding is the name for this division, the Flying Tigers, came from Kip Stockwell's dad, the famous Lenny the Tiger Stockwell, who, as I heard, won a Milk Bowl here.
Oh, yeah. Lenny the Tiger Stockwell. He used to race, and he had a tiger uniform, stripes on it and everything. Well, here we come with that 36, beginning to ramble. Ray Williams, who started in 8th, climbs up through, having a real good run. Gets himself up into 2nd as John Clark has pulled away.
Here they try to make it 3 wide where there's only room for 2. While Wally Renfrew continues try to stay in this thing and hold on. And some of them got him outpowered. You can see that.
Oh, a little contact there.
A little contact there. More to come. Now that's the kind of action you can see just about anywhere on a Saturday night. Somewhere in the United States within 50, 60 miles of where you are. Get into states like Pennsylvania. There's 40 tracks down there, short tracks in Pennsylvania alone.
Hey, Ken, you have to start somewhere. They're learning a lot right now and not costing them very much money to do so.
That's right. And the crowd loving it. They've all got their heroes. These are all folks from the neighborhood. A lot of friends work on these cars. Now look at Cooper McRitchie. People love
big
Cooper
trouble.
at 68. He's as steady as a rock. But for every one of these cars, there's 15 or 20 folks follow them, know every move they make on the track. They'll argue with every official about everybody that bumped and touched them all night long. That's what short track racing's all about. Local heroes. Those folks from next door get out there and get on it. Don't just sit there. They want to be part of the action. You talk about action. In America, you're talking about stock car racing. Real action. And the cars are safe. They can take an awful lot of abuse, as you can see, right, buddy?
Yeah, I was just thinking what kind of body hammer you'd need. A claw hammer would work on most of these, but they're out there and they're doing their very best. They're learning a lot. And I'll tell you, they're not wasting time around here. They're flying.
Now they've got it settled in and they're running very, very well. Getting down to decide this one. Got a white flag going down. I think you're going to see John Clark find his way into victory lane at Thunder Road. It doesn't matter what division. If you're king of the road, you're somebody special for that night. Of course, you have to come back the next week and do it again. Checkered flag goes down. John Clark gets the honors. Oh, up the wall goes the number 36. Gave it all it could. Ray Williams almost put it upside down. Usually that'll get you on your roof and slide you into turn 1. He was able to gather it up and get it back. Johnny Clark is the winner of the Jiffy Lube 25. The Flying Tigers have had their moment in the sun. And I'll tell you, if you have a short track in your area and you haven't gone out and taken the family to enjoy an evening at the races, you've missed a real opportunity. These guys have fun. They're serious about their racing. Ooh. Now,
just a minor setback. He never left it. He just stayed wide open.
No sense, even if you're 3 feet off the ground, getting out of the throttle.
You watch this. He goes right on and down into the corner, never lifted.
And did you notice that flagman never even was phased? Saw that guy climbing up there, kept on waving that checkered flag. Oh, it's a great night at the road. Celebrations about to begin for another winner, another king of the road. Oh, he'll have some stories to tell about fighting it out on the outside. Yeah, Kip Stockwell did real well, winning out there in 150 laps. But as far as this fella's fans are concerned, this is the biggest moment of the night. And they'll be down there to celebrate with him and tell him all about the great moves he made and who almost cut him off.
Yeah, you can see the car. It looks like Bobby Labonte's race car. That you know who he likes. He paints it green and black, just like Bobby Labonte.
Ah, and Steve Burns is right there. Come on, Steve.
Ken, I'm emotionally drained from watching that. It was like Dover or Bristol or something. With the winner, John Clark. What a show you guys put on, John. That was great.
Thank you, thank you. There weren't a lot of cautions. The Tigers usually run like this. We're proud of them, believe me. Right up here in a little old state of Vermont.
What's the strategy? It looks like you just get in, strap in, and shut up.
And go like hell.
I heard that. That's exactly what they did out here.
Oh, yeah. Say, if you haven't had the opportunity, I ask you again to get out. It's fun to go to the super speedways and see the best, the PGA, if you will, of stock car racing when you see those great stars that perform on those tracks like Indianapolis tomorrow at the Brickyard 400. But to see them run on short tracks and to see their hopes and see their ambitions brought to fruition as they just have for John Clark, that's special. Hey, Katie.
We got the third place finisher here tonight in this wild ride. The Flying Tigers is Wally Renfrew. They called you a wild Wally. Now, is there any reason for that tonight? I mean, did that come about?
Well, when I first started racing, Dave Moody gave me that name because
We used to come out of turn 4 here and do a few loop-de-loops, and it just started from that.
Oh, well, what could have helped you tonight to help you stay up front and stay in victory lane?
Well, my tires started equalizing and started getting loose, but we just held on. We got third, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Well, we like your deck lid. I'm sorry we couldn't give you any money for that, but it looks good.
Well, we could use some.
Didn't they all? He's actually in 8th points. He races also in New Hampshire at Riverside, so a little bit better luck there, and good time tonight, though.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Wally.
Can you imagine putting the commercial squeeze on Katie Haas right there in victory lane?
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Okay, coming up next weekend on TNN Motorsports, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will take the tight point battle to Flemington Speedway. It's the Stephen Veal Genuine Car Parts 200 Live. That's coming up August 9th at 4 Eastern right here on TNN Motorsports next weekend. Don't miss it. Hey, and don't forget a week later, that's big night of racing. First, we'll have the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series battling on the high banks of the Nashville Speedway, the famed Nashville Speedway. Starts August the 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then follow that race at 10 o'clock, biggest race in sprint car racing, the one and only, the Knoxville Nationals, the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. See them both right here on TNN Motorsports. And if you like your action on the dirt, there's none better than Knoxville. Well, the folks are beginning to file out of Thunder Road. Hey, what a day and what a night they've had. Many of these fans were here about 10:30 this morning. They couldn't wait to see the Busch Grand National North. Saw that big upset with Kip Stockwell defeating Dave Dion at the finish, and Stub Fadden at 63 years young coming home in 3rd spot. And then all the other action. Now, let me ask you, of all the things you saw tonight, wasn't the most dramatic, the most unique, that relay race?
I enjoyed the whole night, but the relay race, I don't think it hit quite hard enough. But no, this was a wonderful night. I want to come back again, Ken.
Hey, Steve Burns is down there with the 2nd place finisher.
And with David Pembroke, who finished 2nd. You guys, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of races. What a great show.
That's a lot of fun here. This is a great division. A lot of good competitors. We have a lot of fun every Thursday night.
Well, the Brickyard has nothing on these guys because they put on a show, I'll tell you what. Good job.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors. I got 2 sponsors for this race, Cabot Creamery and Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Got to thank them. We had a great night.
All right, thanks. Let's go to Katie Haas.
All right, I'm hanging out over here, of course, Victory Lane, where I feel quite at home. We're going to be having a big time next week. You got to join us. One of the most popular sports that we have on Motor Madness, Demo Derbies, next Friday night.
You mean we didn't have one tonight, Katie?
Motor Madness fans, tune in next Friday as the Demolition Derby cars are rolling into Buffalo for the Great Lakes Car Wars. The cars are gearing up for more hard-hitting, eye-popping, bumper-banging action. In Demo Derby, there are only 2 rules. Run into every last car and be the last car running. Demo Derby is back, and we've got it right here on Motor Madness.
Katie, as we look at these last results.
All right, thanks a lot. Ken, Buddy, good guys tonight. I think Buddy was a little giddy at times.
He laughed through the whole last race, the Flying Tigers.
I don't know what was so funny about 12 people having a big pile up in the back straightaway, Buddy. But we'll figure that out later. We had fun. This was a great time in Vermont. What a beautiful state. What a beautiful racetrack.
Just a spectacular track. Yeah. Unique, unusual, just, as we said, wicked fast racetrack. We just had a blast.
It was a lot of fun. And, of course, we're going to go check out some of the restaurants now and see how we can do there. But our thanks go to those great fans. I could not believe how packed this place was. Yes,
I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you made it back.
Thank you. It was a little different. They're very enthusiastic about their racing. And I'm glad, of course, they're watching the Wild Horse and Motor Madness. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please join us next week for the Demolition Derby. And where's that going to take place?
Just Buffalo, I believe.
Buffalo. Perfect.
That's right.
But we'll be in Charlotte safe and sound, won't we?
Yeah, away from Bud Hill.
Yeah. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week on TNN Motor Madness. Bye for now.
See ya.
Jiffy Lube 150, brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen at Miller time. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling, you can get your copy of RCR, The Making of Champions video today by calling 1-800-981-7854. Race fans, you make the call. New LCI residential long-distance customers receive 30 minutes of free domestic calling and the World Card Plus calling card featuring participating NASCAR drivers. Don't delay. Call now 1-888-TEAM-LCI. Subscribe to Stock Car Racing Magazine at the low introductory price of $14.97. Call toll-free 1-888-9-STOCK-CAR. Save 68%. Toll-free 1-888-9-STOCK-CAR. Lighting for tonight's event provided by Musco International. Drivers, race team.